This is gonna be a big one, isn't it? Hey guys, Addicted Gamer here. So I wanted to make a new Five Nights at Freddy's 2 video, but so much information was coming out that I just decided to wait, and so now here it is. There are so many secrets hidden within Five Nights at Freddy's 2. For starters, let's start with two simple things. Toy Chica on the stage has her beak, her eyes, etc, etc, but when she's not on stage or in your room, her eyes are missing, leaving just the endoskeleton eyes. Also, her beak is missing. Most people say that Toy Chica's eyes are in her cupcake, and that actually makes a lot of sense. But her beak, people say that is in Mangle's neck, and I think that is very unlikely. Next, everyone is fighting over if this game is a prequel or a sequel. People say prequel due to the checks in both games and the second game having an earlier date, and that the phone guy still is alive even though he clearly died in the first game, and a whole lot of other details. And some people say sequel because the old animatronics are in the second game, and that the phone guy refers to the first game's restaurant as, in quotes, the old one. If it is a prequel, something I would like to point out is that in the first game there's a cupcake on your desk with eyes on it. Just pointing that out. Next is Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie. In the second game, there is this weird dark/purplish figure sitting against a wall with bright white eyes. Sometimes, very rarely, when you put down your camera, there will be a Shadow Bonnie just standing there, not moving, and then it just fades away.
Unless you don't even know what I'm talking about. What? My game just crashed.
There isn't really any real reason why they appear, it just sorta happens. Okay, next up is Night 8. So on the main menu of the second game, if you flicker your mouse fast enough through New, Continue, Night 6, and Custom Night by default, below Continue should say Night 5 on it. But if you flicker your mouse through them fast enough, sometimes it will say Night 8 below Continue. Also, some Twitch streamer, I'll have his link in the description, managed to click on the Night 8 thing, and it said Night 1, 12 AM. And then it loaded normally, saying that in the top right corner, Night 8. And all the animatronics don't move except for Foxy, and if you put your camera up, it will stay black until you finally die. Next is a theory that Foxy is a good guy. He's not. Okay, next is Balloon Girl. So rarely, sometimes under your table, you will see what looks like Balloon Boy under your desk. But people have gone into the game files and found this image. It looks like Balloon Boy, but slightly modified, with pink blushes, a purple nose, and pink eyes. So maybe it's Balloon Girl. But it actually doesn't do anything in the game, it just kinda stares at you. Next up is the Endoskeleton. So in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, sometimes when you look at Cam 11, where the marionette is, you'll see an Endoskeleton sitting there not moving, and sometimes he's in the vents. He can't actually kill you, but it's just creepy. And also, some people have lined up Golden Freddy with the Endoskeleton, and they fit almost perfectly. Next up is the purple guy. So in 3 of the 4 minigames, we can see a weird purple figure. In one, he comes out of a bright purple car and goes over to a crying little kid, and for the last 2 frames he turns gray and then the marionette death screen appears. Next is the minigame where Freddy has to follow the marionette. If you leave and don't follow the marionette and then later come back, there will be a purple figure coming at you and your game will suddenly crash.
Oh! Dude, that has to be the first time anyone's seen that glitch. I just got killed by that thing and it crashed my game.
Lastly is the minigame where he plays Foxy. You have to walk out of Pirate Cove and walk over to a room and please children. You do this 3 times, but on the 3rd one, when you come out of Pirate Cove, there's a purple guy just standing on the left. When you go to please the children, they're all dead. So do we know who the purple guy is? No. Is he the murderer? I'm pretty sure. I mean, I might be a little wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Next is about Fredbear's Diner. So in the second game, one of the phone guys calls, he mentions Fredbear's Family Diner, which here is my theory on it. I believe that the second game is a prequel because the phone guy says that the old location is Fredbear's. Also, the original 4 animatronics were there, not broken or old or mucus filled. So in the second game, when the original 4 animatronics are in the parts and service room, are put inside the parts and service room, the phone guy says that they put new technology from Toy Chica, Toy Bonnie, etc. onto the original 4 animatronics. So since the old ones that were in Fredbears became haunted from the new technology being put on them, so that means that they were originally normal until they got retrofitted. And in the newspaper article at the end of the game, it states, "We are confident that we will open up on another day, even if it's with a much smaller budget." So they took the newly haunted old animatronics and fixed them up and put them in the first game. Now for the marionette, I don't know exactly. Lastly is that on Scott's webpage, for a short period of time, if you brighten up the bottom right hand corner, there will be a big 3, hinting to Five Nights at Freddy's 3, which will hopefully end the storyline there. Also, after writing the script for the whole video that you're watching right now, if you go into the Google Chrome Inspect Element page and you go into the HTML, one tab, if you go to it, it states Five Nights at Freddy's 30 years after, only one left. I don't know what that means. Probably 30 years after the second game or the first game, maybe even from now. And for one left, that either means one animatronic, one kid, one like security guard. I don't know exactly. Maybe even one like pizzeria or diner. Game. I don't know. Maybe even one game. I don't know. Now there's much more to talk about, but that is just it simplified. So if you guys like this video, please leave a comment, or like it, or share it with your friends, or subscribe, or don't. I mean, that's fine too, but come on, man. Pretty please with sugar on top, maybe a little slice of Fazbear pizza. Tiptoe through the window, that's where I'll be.